Hello friends, this is Jim with Science Talk. I'm going to discuss with you turbulent California weather. Things are crazy over there in California. Right now they're in the midst of a devastating forest fire, which is the result of the land being very, very dry. And basically what California is going to be seeing is drought, parched croplands, and then flooded towns. So it's going to be going from one extreme to the other. You're going to have flooding or a very, very dry drought conditions, which makes sense because when the rains do come, instead of coming as a nice little drizzle, whatever, it comes as torrential rain. The ground is not able to absorb it all, and water just runs off and then creates flooding situations. So, according to new research, this is the future of California, between these two extremes of flooding and droughts. And also the severity of the droughts. So the droughts will last longer, and when the rains do arrive, it will fall heavier. So there are huge changes occurring, and they are opposite ends of the spectrum. This is a quote from Dr. Daniel Swain, who was a climate scientist at the University of California, Los Angeles. If you just simply only look for shifts in the average precipitation, you're missing all the important changes in the character of the precipitation. That is a quote from Dr. Swain. Dr. Swain and colleagues report in the journal Nature Climate Change that they made mathematical simulations of the future pattern of the state's climate as ever greater ratios of carbon dioxide drive global warming and potentially catastrophic climate change. Even with small changes in overall precipitation, the probability of what they call whiplash events, shifts from extreme drought to devastating flood and back, will grow measurably. The state did experience a 4-year drought between 2012 and 2016, and then what they call an extraordinarily high number of atmospheric river storms in the winter of 2016-2017. Roads and bridges were washed away by floods and mudslides, and after a dam failed, almost 250,000 people were evacuated from their homes after a dam failed because of this overload of all this water. Once again, such studies deliver cumulative confidence. In the last few years, scientists have repeatedly, and using separate approaches, confirmed the dangers of climate extremes in California. In other words, more and more data is being gathered that is demonstrating with very high, what we call confidence levels, that changes in the climate is driving all these extreme events that California is experiencing. And using different, based on different studies, different methodologies, it is all reconfirming what they've been stating for several years. Scientists have in essence linked devastating drought to human-induced climate change. They have warned that such droughts could be the new normal, and that when the rains do fall, it will be even more flooding. The double impact of a warming atmosphere and warming oceans. Warming oceans, hotter water temperature, holds more energy, there's higher evaporation, more water content in the atmosphere, hence more precipitation. And therefore, that more precipitation gets deposited when the rains or any other precipitation events take place. Now, apparently in 1862, there was a catastrophic flood that occurred. And the researchers say that the chance of a catastrophic flood to match the 1862 calamity that destroyed 1/3 of the state's arable land will grow 3- or 4-fold. If it happened again after 150 years of population growth, it could be $1 trillion disaster, and millions would have to abandon their homes. Dr. Swain basically states we may be going from a situation where an event as big as 1862 was unlikely to occur to a situation where it may happen more than once. People tend not to die in droughts in places with a developed economy. That's key. Although with droughts, if there's a water issue, yes, then that can lead to death. But people will die in floods. So basically, California is now seeing what's happening with climate change. It's affecting them directly, and of course this will impact their agriculture. Agriculture is a big portion of their economy. They grow a lot of the crops and materials that we eat. So this will not just affect California, it will affect the U.S. So I want to bring you that report, and we'll talk. Thank you for your time. We'll talk soon. Hey folks, just a reminder to please subscribe and click the bell so you know when I drop a video. Please share my videos. Please tell others of my channel and of the work that I do. I also hope that you will consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/Science Talk with Jim Massa, where from time to time I upload videos there exclusively for my patron subscribers. Details in the description box below.